welcome back to another episode in the House of Suain. So first off, thanks again for clicking on my video. Hopefully you've been enjoying the content. So a couple weeks ago, I posted a video about setting goals and the most effective way to do so. And if you haven't checked it out, I'll link it up right here. To set those goals, they need to be SMART, specific, measurable, accountable, realistic, and time constrained. And now it's time for me to set my own personal goals, and you're gonna be the accountability portion of my SMART goals. So I have about 5 goals that I wanna set for myself, and it's gonna be from a max deadlift, a max front squat, max bench press, a 3-mile run, and a 1-mile time trial. So throughout this week, I'll be testing my current max deadlift, front squat, bench press, 3-mile time, and 1-mile time. So I know 5 goals that might seem like I might be overreaching, but again, as you work yourself up through more and more difficult SMART goals, you want them to feel kind of scary. You want to get comfortable tackling small goals, but then you want to start overreaching a little bit, right? To really push yourself, really test your limits. So I've been doing this long enough where I think these 5 goals are something I can really push myself towards and realistically obtain. So let's see what happens. Today I'll be focusing on my deadlift. I'm gonna work up to my current 1 rep max, whatever that is. Not really sure. It's not really a movement I focus on getting a 1 rep max in. I do a lot of higher repetitions for these, but we'll see what happens today, see where I'm at. And then from there, I'll set a goal just above that and give myself a time limit on when I wanna retest it. So without further ado, let's get into it. The best dynamic warm-up there is, the inchworm. So anytime I'm doing heavy deadlifts or doing any kind of pulls from the ground with a heavier weight, I need to take my time warming up, just because along the years I've seen so many people pull something in their back and it just takes them out of the gym it just takes them out of like their day-to-day lives for months and months, just off of small little injuries, little muscles that get pulled just because they weren't properly warmed up. And I just never want that to happen to me. So I know mentally I have to get over a block that I've put in my head on being like nervous about going heavy on deadlifts. I know it stopped me from ever really testing my max deadlift for years. But as long as I warm up enough and, take my time getting up to that heavier weight, and I think I'll be all right. Famous last words. I've been doing a lot of running and a lot of heavy squats recently, so my hamstrings are really feeling it. So I want to make sure they're warmed up properly before we get these deadlifts in. So I took out this centerpiece just to have a more stable grounding with my feet. using the mat is fine, but because I'm going for a heavier weight, I want to make sure I have as much stability as possible. These first couple sets, still warming up, you know, 135, relatively light for me. So the intent is just to go nice and slow, get the hamstrings a little bit more stretched out, get the posterior chain a little more stretched out, get the heart rate up slightly. I'll do some higher reps now, but as I get heavier and heavier, the reps will come down, just so I'm still ready to execute that 1 rep max near the end, and I'm not burned out. Again, still towards the lighter weights for me, but I like to make sure everything's nice and warmed up before I get too heavy, because that just leads to injury. Don't rush it, especially if you're going for heavier weights. Take your time warming up. So part of my deadlifting warm-up, as I'm going through some of the reps, is I'll do a couple at a normal speed, couple at a faster speed, faster pull off the ground, and then my last 1 or 2, I'll just do a nice slow eccentric contraction going down, and then try to explode coming back up. This is all just to get the body warmed up, so I like to mix it up, make sure I'm getting every muscle back there primed and ready. The worst part about trying to lift heavy is you have to get all the heavy stuff to bring to your bar. So that ends up being a workout in and of itself. So at this point, it's nice that I get to go just do 1 rep at a time now as I work my way up to my 1 rep max. I don't have to mentally prepare as much, because usually I'm doing maybe 4 to 5 reps, and that takes a little bit more preparation, but just pulling that barb off the floor 1 time feels nice. So I'm still feeling optimistic about what my number is going to be, but we'll see. Weight. Heavy's heavy. Looks like I gotta buy some more weights. Come on. 45, 45, 345, 355, 65. I have put every plate that I have in my possession onto this bar, and it just looks very cartoonish, where it just goes from like larger plate to smaller to smaller to smaller. Kind of satisfying, but it's time. I gotta buy some a couple more 45s just to make it easier jumps next time. Contemplating using these, but I think I'm just getting in my own head right now. I'm pretty sure I can hold the weight without a problem, but we'll see. Psyching myself out. All right, so I went deep into my collection of weight, did some math after all that lifting. Glad I can still do some simple addition. Got up to 400 today. That's all I have for weight right now. So I know I got to invest in a couple more plates. However, 400 pounds. Felt like I could do a little bit more. I'll set a goal for, as of right now, I'll set a goal of 450 for my deadlift. I'm keeping it at 450 just because I also know I have 4 other goals that I'm setting. And with that 3-mile run, I know that's gonna take a lot of balance between lifting heavier and running longer. So we'll keep it at 450. I think I'm good with that. We'll see. I would love to make 450 look easy and also do this 3-mile run. But with that being said, we'll keep it there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. And as always, take it easy. Until next time in the House of Suain.